Will a win over Canelo put you ahead of Mayweather as the greatest boxer of this generation?
Listen, I leave the opinions to everybody else, but like I said, after this fight, when I defeat Canelo, I'm gonna be on Mount Rushmore. That's where I'm gonna be.
It finally happened. Two boxing legends from different generations came face to face in the same arena. On one side stood Floyd Mayweather Jr., the undefeated icon who ruled the previous era with a perfect record. On the other side was Terence Crawford, the fighter who stunned the boxing world after defeating Canelo Alvarez and proving himself as the top pound-for-pound boxer of this generation. For the first time ever, both men stood face to face under the same lights, with the cameras locked on them and the entire boxing world watching. This was not just another media event or simple appearance. It was a huge moment in boxing history that fans never thought they would actually see.
I think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me?
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
To really understand how crazy this face-off was, you have to go back a little because in the past, if anyone asked who would win between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence Crawford, most people would have laughed at the question. Floyd was seen as unbeatable, a fighter many fans believed was the greatest to ever step into the ring.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
No. Nope.
No friends in this business for you.
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But you
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but when Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Javon.
Terence Crawford was seen as the smaller fighter moving up in weight to face a challenge many people believed was impossible, but he proved everyone wrong. He defeated Canelo Alvarez in dominant fashion, not just surviving or barely winning, but completely controlling the fight from start to finish.
Terence Crawford had the ability to fight backwards and stay composed, good defense, hands was always up, countering everything that Canelo was throwing at him. He was just a little more active fight. Canelo did hit him to the body, but it was pretty much all Terence Crawford.
I think some of what we saw from Canelo is what he has to resort to now to fight. Maybe he's dealt with some injuries to where he's not as mobile. It's just the pattern that he's put himself in for the last, 6 to 8 fights. That same pattern is why Bivol was able to get him.
He did not allow Canelo to get inside, man. As soon as Canelo would get into that certain range, you would jab him. We didn't see any like lateral moves where he would throw, push off to the side, as we used to see Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo was almost smothering his shot because he couldn't stay at range with him. And Terence Crawford runs off counter combinations. It would be a wider margin if they...
That victory changed everything for Terence Crawford. Almost overnight, he went from being considered one of the best fighters in boxing to someone many now see as the greatest of this generation. Fans, analysts, and even fellow fighters started saying that Bud was no longer chasing legendary status because he had already become a legend himself.
Thank you, GOAT, because you are the GOAT of this era. Terence Bud Crawford.
And that's when things became even more shocking. After the fight, Canelo Alvarez, the man who shared the ring with both Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence Crawford during their prime years, made a statement that stunned the boxing world. Canelo openly admitted that Crawford was the better fighter.
And lastly for me, champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Think about how huge that statement really is. Canelo Alvarez fought Floyd Mayweather Jr. during Floyd's prime years, and he also faced Terence Crawford at the top of his career. So for Canelo to say that Bud was the tougher and better fighter, it was more than simple praise. It was a statement powerful enough to completely change how people view boxing greatness and legacy.
Canelo, choose one, please.
Guys, we gotta go. We don't.
Can you elaborate on why Crawford is better than Mayweather? Just a little bit of detail.
Oh, he can switch. He's very smart guy. He's better.
7. 4 years, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has talked about how easily he handled a young Canelo Alvarez and used that performance as part of his legendary reputation. But now, Canelo himself is saying that Terence Crawford operates on an even higher level, which completely changed the conversation across the boxing world.
You could take a guy like Canelo, this guy could do, he can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk, easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy. Y'all always disrespecting our fighters.
That kind of talk is exactly the type of thing that would bother Floyd Mayweather Jr. because his entire image and legacy have always been built around being seen as the greatest boxer ever. Now, a growing number of fans, analysts, and even former opponents are starting to place Terence Crawford above him, and that clearly changed the energy around Floyd. Soon after Canelo Alvarez made those comments, Floyd began giving interviews that hinted at something much bigger than another exhibition or an easy payday overseas. For the first time in years, Mayweather openly said he would consider returning for a real professional fight, and the name connected to that possibility was Crawford. This is no longer just about money or attention. It is about pride, reputation, and Floyd trying to prove to the world that he is still the greatest fighter and still impossible to beat.
I had to have 70 fights, or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
But here's where the story takes another wild turn. Before Floyd Mayweather Jr. can seriously focus on a possible showdown with Terence Crawford, he already has another fight set for next April. Floyd is reportedly preparing for an exhibition match against none other than Mike Tyson.
That fans will watch for sure is you and Mike Tyson. How's training going, Floyd? Talk to me all about this as you get ready to get back in that boxing ring once again.
Well, not really training right now.
Not yet.
You know, the fight is in 2026. We still, ironing out everything, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be exciting for the people and the fans.
Are you going in there to put Mike down and like, hey, this is not, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna throw a few punches, like I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to Mike Tyson?
I don't know. I just want to get the fans what they want to see, excitement. So,
to be honest, that matchup alone is already one of the most unusual fights boxing has ever seen. Floyd Mayweather Jr. brings his defensive brilliance and ring IQ, while Mike Tyson is known as one of the most dangerous and powerful punchers in boxing history. It's not about belts or rankings anymore, but about entertainment, attention, and the tension between two huge personalities. Tyson has never hidden his dislike for Mayweather, often criticizing his attitude and style, and he's made it clear he would approach the fight with full intensity. For Floyd, this exhibition is about keeping momentum and control of the narrative. A strong performance could strengthen the idea of a future clash with Terence Crawford, but a bad night, especially if Tyson lands something big, could completely change the conversation and shut down any talk of that fight altogether.
Mike Tyson announced he's fighting Floyd Mayweather in 2026. What do you think of that fight overall?
Well, kind of different, the size-wise, by, Tyson heavyweight, and I think weatherweight.
Right.
So it's.
Is it a real fight? Do you think? You think fans should take it serious? Is it a real fight, Mayweather Tyson?
I couldn't think it was real. Because the fact of the matter, he's a lot bigger than the guy, so it's the weight.
In a strange way, Mike Tyson has become the gatekeeper, because Floyd Mayweather Jr. has to prove he still belongs in the ring before any serious talk about a fight with Terence Crawford can move forward. And the reason Floyd is still part of this conversation is simple. He is Floyd, an undefeated fighter with a 50-0 record, widely regarded as one of the greatest defensive boxers in history. He spent his career making elite opponents look ordinary, not through knockout power or physical dominance, but through unmatched timing, ring intelligence, and the ability to avoid punches by the smallest margins while making opponents pay for every mistake.
Oh, undeniably. I don't even think it's close. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
As far as like an actual fighter for fight, like fight for fight, pound for pound, the Floyd, how can he not be the greatest? Like as far as like he's never lost. He's the greatest defensive fighter without a doubt.
even close.
I don't even think it's a debate.
It's not a debate.
Floyd's been hit hard maybe 4 times in his career.
It's not a debate.
He's touched the floor 1 time, bro.
It's not a debate.
How do you fight 50 times and touch the floor?
Even Terence Crawford himself has acknowledged that the defensive skills of Floyd Mayweather Jr. are on another level. Whenever Crawford speaks about Floyd, it's clear there's real respect and admiration there, showing he understands just how difficult Mayweather was to figure out inside the ring.
But what makes
Terence Crawford has openly studied Floyd Mayweather Jr. and even borrowed elements from his style, but he is far from just a copy of him. Crawford has built his own identity in the ring with a unique mix of skill, power, and adaptability that sets him apart, proving he is a great fighter in his own right rather than just following someone else's blueprint.
Looking back at like Floyd's career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight. And that's what led him to be so great, you know, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions, you know, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy, back to back.
Terence Crawford is known for his rare versatility in the ring. He can switch stances smoothly, counterpunch with precision, and turn aggressive when the situation demands it while staying controlled and smart at the right moments. Most importantly, Crawford is a natural finisher. If he hurts an opponent, he doesn't give them space to recover or escape.
Said afterwards, you are better than Floyd Mayweather, and I know you don't like those comparisons. I know you don't like when people pitch you two together, but when you heard that, what did you think? How did that feel to hear that from someone like him?
I just was like, well, you know, it's his personal opinion. He was in the ring with both of us, so a lot of people, you know, they can say what they want, but he's actually been in the ring with both of us. You know, one where he felt like he was at the best, you know, and another where he felt like he was at a disadvantage when he had a rehydration clause and he was younger. So, you know, I don't know, you know, I don't go off of that. You know, Floyd is the best fighter, you know, in his era, and I feel like I'm the best fighter.
Beating Canelo Alvarez proved something huge about Terence Crawford, that his greatness isn't limited by weight classes. He took the risk of moving up against a much bigger opponent and still came out on top, showing confidence and skill at the highest level. In comparison, Floyd Mayweather Jr. was always strategic with his career choices, picking fights carefully and at the right moments. Crawford, on the other hand, stepped directly into dangerous challenges and still managed to walk through them without damage, proving his ability to thrive under pressure.
And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time.
Oh, yes.
That makes a difference to people.
So when the two finally stood face to face under the bright cameras, the tension was obvious. For Terence Crawford, the moment felt unreal. He grew up watching and studying Floyd Mayweather Jr., treating him as a model of greatness, and now that same man was standing across from him as a rival. For Floyd, the moment carried a different weight. This wasn't just another exhibition or celebrity-style fight. It felt personal. It was about proving to the world, and to himself, that even after all these years, he still stands at the top and remains the one in control.
To see Bud perform the way he performed against Canelo. I think boxing needed that fight. I think Bud showed up in the way he was supposed to. I think Canelo did as well, and the respect between the two men is what boxing is supposed to be. I can't talk about all the eras of boxing because I haven't seen them all, but I've seen Hagler Hearns. I've seen Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler. Like I've seen all of those things, and those fights were wars. Floyd Mayweather is the best boxer I've ever seen. He's the most skilled boxer I've ever seen. Bud, and this is just my opinion, is the baddest man I've seen wear boxing gloves. And here's why I say that.
RC.
Here's why I say that. Bud is extremely skilled, right? Yet not as skilled as Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather made people look foolish, right? And so if I had to say who's the greatest I've seen, and Bud said it right, the best of an era and the best of an era, it's Floyd. But when I watched Bud against Canelo, there was this extreme skill on display, and there was a level of crazy that's different. There was a level of, and Floyd's extremely tough. Go back to Shane Mosley and the 2 punches he landed early in the fight and the way that he embarrassed him. I'm not saying that Floyd's not tough, Floyd's not a bad man, but there was domination inside that ring we saw this weekend. And there's no fear in him in the way that he's attacked, gaining notoriety. Bud's been the baddest man for 12 years. But no one gave him credit because he didn't go tell you he was the baddest man. He didn't market that. He just went out and fought and beat people and knocked people out. So he had to move up and take the bigger fights and the better fights. And he was Errol Spence. We realized just how great he was. Canelo cemented him on what is the two-headed monster that marks the greatest of the 2000s. Floyd Mayweather is on that, and Bud Crawford is right next to him. I don't think we have to pick on who's better. I think they both dominated.
The stare down was short, but it said a lot. Terence Crawford stayed calm and focused, while Floyd Mayweather Jr. wore a smirk, though his eyes showed how much this potential fight still matters to him. For Floyd, this kind of matchup carries huge meaning because it's about legacy and proving something even after years away from real competition. In reality, though, the stakes aren't the same for both fighters. Floyd has very little to lose at this stage of his career. If he wins, it adds another legendary chapter to his story as an undefeated great beating a modern top fighter. If he loses, most people would see it as a natural result of age and time rather than a true reflection of his prime abilities.
All time, ending this interview.
Number one, and the only one that he got at top is Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford's this generation guy, you know what I'm saying, accomplishing all the goals that he accomplished.
Matched up? How do they match up, Floyd and Terence?
Hey, I'm like this, man. It's going to be great because Floyd, he's about his work. He put in work. We've been watching it for decades, you know what I'm saying? Him coming out of retirement to do this fight. That's a win for the whole world boxing. Every generation from Floyd's generation to this generation didn't get to see it come. That's just like we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play. Come on.
For Terence Crawford, the situation is much more risky. If he wins against Floyd Mayweather Jr., critics would likely downplay it by saying he only beat an older, past-prime version of Floyd, so it wouldn't fully boost his legacy. But if Crawford loses, the impact would be much heavier. A defeat to an older Mayweather would raise questions and take away some of the momentum he built after his win over Canelo Alvarez, potentially shaking how people view his rise and achievements.
Put you before the fight, the Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. He's a GOAT. Greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You got to give it to him. You got to give it to his coaches, not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists. You know, everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course.
That's why some people say Terence Crawford doesn't even need this fight. His legacy already feels complete. He defeated Canelo Alvarez and positioned himself as the top fighter of this era. From that point, he could retire today and still be remembered as one of the all-time greats in boxing history.
I wouldn't be mad if I never see Terence fight again. The way he performed, getting ready to be 38, I think, in a few days. Man, what better way to go out? What better way to tell the game goodbye? What better way? Who you gonna fight? I was arguing with Max on the way to the venue about Boots Ennis. Nah, we don't go fight Canelo and then go back and fight Boots Ennis. I saw a report today, somebody was talking about him going up to light heavyweight. Nah, we don't go up to light heavyweight. We just went up 3 weight classes since the Spence fight and 2 weight classes since the Madrimov fight, my last fight.
So that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any future uploads. Drop your thoughts in the comments section as well. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.